Royals, and welcome back to my channel. As you see by the title, today is going to be Q&A part 2. It's like 7 in the morning. This is the same day record, edit, and upload type of thing. And I have to go to work at 8:30, but here we are. It worked out perfectly because I actually answered 19 questions on part 1. I have 24 questions left to answer for part 2. Let's get right into the video. Next question was, how do I update inventory? So pretty much what I do at the end of every week is I take like weekly counts when it comes to like everything that I need. Do I have enough lip gloss tubes? Do I have enough lip gloss base? Do I have enough oils? Do I have enough shea butter? Do I have enough containers? So I do that weekly. And then if it was a slow week and I know it like mentally, like bi-weekly, I'll do it just to make sure that I'm up to date on everything. And then also it's just easy, like when I go ahead and take a look at something, like if I look into my inventory closet or if I look over at this shelf that's right here, I'm able to look at it and know like, okay, like that's looking pretty low, and then I'll go ahead and just like put in an order. But typically when I do inventory, I do like to knock out everything at once, so I won't just go to get lip gloss tubes at one time. I like to like order a lot of stuff at once, which results in me honestly ordering stuff like pretty often. Another question was, how do I product price? I have a full video on that, so I'll go ahead and put it in the tags up here, and it's like very detailed that you can go ahead and watch, and it'll tell you exactly what to do. How to grow your brand and your social media following. So not only great quality photos and videos, but make sure your content is like different, like a little something to stand out. Make sure that you put your tag on your photos so people can know that it's you anytime they do see it. If you happen to like pop up in the explore page and stuff like that, make sure you have really thought out and branded hashtags. Be super interactive with your followers, so like when they're commenting on your stuff, try to make sure you comment back to every single person that you're able to. And also, I know giveaways are like a really great way to like grow your following. And then when you do a giveaway, like let them know like, okay, make sure you guys stay tuned because there's going to be another one coming soon, so people don't think, okay, the giveaway's over, I didn't win, let me unfollow, you know what I mean? So yeah. Number 3 is, what are my favorite Cricut projects, and do I have any new ideas coming up? So new idea wise, I do want to try the print and cut shirt method. So there is a print and cut way that you can like do designs, and that way I will be able to go ahead and like implement image designs on my t-shirts, but I have to of course test out the process, also the quality and the longevity of the actual design once I get it onto the shirt. But that's the new design that I want to try. And then my favorite projects so far honestly have just been like being able to create any t-shirt or any like clothing item that I would like, you know what I mean? I'm able to do that, which is dope. HTV vinyl is so much easier to peel than adhesive vinyl, so I think that's why I love it. Also, I'm so sorry for forgetting to bring up what adhesive vinyl I use. I'm gonna tag it down in the comments on this video. Have I ever thought about screen printing? And I have thought about screen printing, but like I was just talking about with the print and cut t-shirt design, basically I'm trying to take this whole like clothing and design thing step by step. I feel like at this point, like at this moment, like within the last like week or so, I feel like 100% confident in like my t-shirt pressing abilities. Like at first, when I was first starting out, I wasn't doing everything the way that I probably should have, but now I know exactly how to do everything. Before I move on to the next thing, I like to make sure that what I'm working on at the time is like A1, you know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely want to try screen printing. I actually have, if I'm not mistaken, have the things for screen printing that my father like invested into like a long time ago, but and it's like in the basement, but we just like never actually ended up using it because it seemed way complicated. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go over to that basement and be like, and figure it out. Someone asked me what would I say the price range is for starting a business, and I definitely think it depends on what business you're going into. Like, is it clothing, is it beauty? But I would honestly say anywhere between $500 and $1,000 would be like a decent start. It just depends. And then are you also including your LLC and your domain name? And you can honestly even lower that number a bit if you start off with like lower quantities. Have I thought about applying for any loans? I haven't thought about applying for loans, but some of the grants that were being given out or whatever, I was thinking about applying, specifically Beyonce's, but then she wasn't offering in Ohio, so I wasn't able to, and that had me butthurt. But yeah, I did think about applying for that grant. How about y'all? Have y'all been? Okay, so this is a great question. What mistakes do I wish that I could have avoided? So wasting money on vendors, number 1, but that's honestly, I don't think it's a mistake that you can avoid, which is why it's important to do research, and which is why it's not easy for a person to just tell you where they got this and that from. First of all, they don't have to. Secondly, it's just like people waste money on products. Like I wasted money on like buying bulks of jars from all these different places until I found the jar that was for me, you know what I mean? So that's why when people ask me, oh, where do you get your shea butter containers from, I now sell it because I did work. Another mistake that I wish I could avoid is just like being too nice. Like I feel like sometimes, see, I'm not even gonna like elaborate, but sometimes I feel like I'm too nice. But you know, I'm about to turn 24 and things are gonna change, okay? I play all day, but for real.
Okay.
And oh my goodness, shipping was probably my biggest mistake. But like I was telling you guys in yesterday's vlog, I'm gonna do a full video on shipping, things to avoid, platforms to use, platforms not to use, like all that. So just stay tuned for that. But shipping was definitely, honestly, maybe top one of the mistakes that I wish I could have avoided. And then another mistake may have been like, which it ended up working out in the long run, but quantity of like products that I started out with. So yeah, I'll get into that because I think there's a question later that inquires about that. I got 20 minutes still. Is the legal portion hard of having a business? I would say that it's complicated. That's why when like I get questions about it, I don't really go too into depth because number one, I'm not super duper 100% familiar when it comes to things like taxes and stuff. Like y'all have to think I'm still like, I reached my first year of business. Simple answer, yes, it's very complicated. The next question is how to grow in sales. First of all, pray, because that may seem like an annoying answer, but honestly, it's a real thing. So make sure you're praying. Make sure you're praying to whatever religion that you're a part of. Pray, whether that means manifestation for you, you know, whatever it is. Make sure you're praying and make sure you're being consistent with your prayers. Like don't just pop in when you want something, okay? Pray daily. That's number one. Number two, great quality content, whether that's on YouTube, whether that's on Facebook, whether that's on Twitter, just great quality content. You want to also be relatable. So like, and you can be relatable outside of YouTube. You can be relatable on Instagram. You can, in your captions, tell them your journey, what you've gone through, the mistake that you made in learning whatever it is that you're now good at. Like all that type of stuff. Like I feel like just being relatable is so important. I learned that a really long time ago. So definitely try to be relatable and not in a fake way. Genuinely be yourself and somebody is going to relate to you. A lot of people are going to relate to you, especially in this industry. And also make sure that you're setting goals. I honestly stopped doing that and I need to get back to it, but I'm not going to lie to you. Every single time I set a goal, I would say, okay, boom, I want to make 10 sales today. And I would either make 10 sales or I would make like 15. So make sure you're like setting goals for yourself and you're vocal about it, like in your video. Like tell them like, oh, I'm really trying to like reach this goal of 20 sales in one day. And then like, you know, maybe somebody's like, okay, let me help her reach this goal. So stuff like that. And then also, like I was saying before, in regards to like growing your social media following, hashtags and things like that are also important. So someone asked me about how I went about the process of starting my business. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I did in terms of things that I made sure of. But otherwise, I may make a whole separate video because that's kind of like a long thing to get into. But process of starting my business, the very first thing that I did, I made sure that the business name was still available. Once the business name was available, I made sure the Instagram name was available. Once the Instagram name was available, I made sure the domain name was available. So once I made sure all that stuff, I created the Instagram right away. I purchased the domain name and then I purchased the LLC. After that, I was like trying to figure out like, okay, what color scheme do I want to go for? I ended up ordering shipping materials. Me ordering all that stuff happened in a day. I'm not gonna lie. Shipping, LLC, domain, all that stuff happened in a day while I was at work. I ordered all that stuff. And after that, I already had written down all the stuff that I wanted to sell. Then I went into the process of actually finding my vendors, ordering stuff, testing quality and things like that. What are good packaging websites? I don't know the names off the top of my head, but I'll go ahead and put a list of them on the screen right here. So screenshot how to utilize your planner, and you guys agreed that I should make a full video on this, so I would do a full video breakdown and I will explain everything in that video. Do I order from Alibaba? Why did I say that so weird? But yes, I do order some things from Alibaba. And they asked if I had shipping advice. So in terms of shipping, honestly, like I've learned, unfortunately, there is nothing that I can do about it. But not to say that don't be smart about it. When I'm talking to vendors, basically negotiate. You know what I mean? You're negotiating because you know that sometimes they're trying to get over on you. I'm not gonna lie to you. So sometimes you have to negotiate and make sure you're getting the best deal available. But watching out for shipping, I compare vendors and qualities and reviews, and then pick the cheaper shipping of the two. And then, like I said, once you get to them, you can ask like, oh, is there cheaper shipping? Something that I just ordered recently, I had to do that. Answer was yes, and it was the same estimated time of arrival. So just make sure you're like asking questions, because the worst they could say is no. How to avoid the $10 membership fee on Cricut, which I think we ended up answering on the live, but basically just just use the free Cricut design space, and then the additional $10 fee is for if you want to use images in different fonts, which fonts you can literally download off of dafont.com if you really want to use that particular font. And if not dafont, because sometimes they don't have anything, you can find it somewhere. And then as for the images, Google image, download it, make it into a PNG, upload it, delete the background, and you can use any image you would like onto Cricut. Well, I won't say any image that you would like, because you know, copyright and stuff like that, but you know what I mean. Next question was, how much should you start out with for each item in terms of products? So I would suggest that you start out with like 10 minimum, 20 at most of each item. I started out with like 50 of each thing, 100 to 200 bubble mailer. So like you can imagine how discouraging it was when like I wasn't getting super quick sales at first, because I'm just like, oh my goodness, I ordered 60 of the same necklace. And it's just like so much easier and so much better for your confidence if you order 10 necklaces and literally sell out of them in the first week, versus you order 60 of them and then you sell only 5 in the first week and you're slowly watching them go. You know what I mean? So I think you should start with smaller quantities for your confidence, as well as so you're like, you ensure you're not wasting money. Like I said, it ended up working out in the long run. I ended up selling out of everything, but it just took a long time, which took a hit to my confidence, made me less encouraged to like post and, you know, stuff like that. How to set up shipping for sites. Again, I'm going to do a full video on shipping, so just wait on it. I might film that either today or tomorrow and then have it come out later this week. How to stay motivated and how to work through a funk. I kind of touched on this a little bit in the Q&A part 1, but pretty much the way that I try to stay motivated is just to think about how I'm not where I want to be mentally, financially. I'm not physically where I want to be. Like, you know, this is not like, again, I love my apartment, but, and not to be materialistic, but these are some of the small things that come into my mind that motivate me. Like I said, I want to be able to help the people around me, my family, my friends, some of my subscribers, you know, like stuff like that. I want to be put into a position where I'm not only comfortable for my own lifestyle, but also be able to be a helping hand for other people. So I try to think about that. I try to think about the people who are unable to live, who were unable to live the lives that they like so dearly wanted to live, and the fact that I'm able to. Prayer is so important. Watching motivational videos on YouTube. Entrepreneur videos are great to watch as well because it's relatable, but sometimes you just want to like look up like motivational videos and like watch a quick 5-minute clip of, you know, affirmations or somebody telling their testimony and things like that. So I would say those are the things that I personally like to do to keep me motivated and to bring myself out of a funk. Honestly, be honest with yourself. Like I'm honest with myself, and I know that I don't do everything to like put myself to the next level. So make sure you're looking in the mirror too and saying like, okay, like I'm upset because I'm not getting sales, but are my pictures good? Would I want to shop from my site if I went to it? Like, you know, you have to ask yourself those questions, and if the answers are no, then you have to go ahead and fix that. Have I considered starting a new company or business? Yes, I have. So I love, again, Crown Collection. That's my baby. I also want, I think I briefly talked to you guys about a nonprofit idea that I originally had about 2 to 3 years ago. I still want to do that, and I also want a service-based business, and I think that will be next. I want to do something service-based. I have ideas, but I'm not gonna, you know, speak on it just quite yet. And then when I'm older, baby, I got big business plans, like for real. But yeah, I definitely want to start another business or 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? Serial entrepreneur. Someone asked me where I get my t-shirts from, aka my t-shirt vendor, and that is again sold on my site. The person who asked this question was not in like an annoying way or anything like that, but I do want to comment on something, because people, I remember I got some comments before, and like this lady was going through my comments just like super trolling about the fact that, oh, like there's so much game that you can give out and you're da 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 and all this stuff. And again, I'm gonna be honest, when I first like will see people purchase vendors. I'm like, why are people purchasing vendors when you can literally research it, when you can trial and tribulation type of thing? Some people don't want to do that. Some people are willing to pay for the information, and that's fine. Yes, I will give out a lot of information about a lot of things, but 2 things I don't want to give out for free are my container and my like where I get my shea butter from, where I get my containers from, where I get my t-shirts from. I don't want to give that information for free. But some people may not understand is it's easy to just ignore it if like you're not on a platform. But y'all don't understand the amount of times I'm DM'd, emailed, and I receive comments on my pictures on Instagram and or on every single video on my channel asking me, oh, like, where do you get this from? Where do you get that from? So that's what made me actually decide to go ahead and sell the vendor, because it's like there's so many people asking for it, and if you really want it, you can purchase it on my site. That's why I started to sell it, not because of the quick buck, but like I said, if some people are literally willing to pay for the information, that's all they're asking. And when I asked you guys if I should sell it, the answer was yes. So that's why I put it on my site. And again, this response has nothing to do with the person who asked me for the t-shirt vendor, but everything to do with the people who think that it's because I'm money hungry. That's not it at all. Never been that. A hard worker, yes. Money hungry, no. Like, I'm selling my vendor because it's honestly can be frustrating and overwhelming when a bunch of people ask you for information that you have continuously said you don't give out. Do I have any business competitors? And I think everyone has like competition when it comes to business, but do I let it like stop me or discourage me? Not at all. But yeah, I definitely think like I have a lot. I definitely think so. For sure. How did I grow my business as well as YouTube? So as far as my business, honestly, YouTube was a huge factor in growing my business. So shout out to all of my subscribers as well as supporters. Y'all the truth. Honestly, with growing my YouTube, consistency is key. Consistency, good quality content. A lot of people have like related to my personality. I don't try to be anyone but myself. I don't try to make my business anything but my business. I don't try to make it like the next person's. Have I been inspired by people? Yes. Do I copy? No. But yeah, just stay true to yourself, be genuine, be consistent, great quality content. Make sure you're using tags on your videos. And if you guys want a video about YouTube, let me know and we'll make it happen. Shipping on Shopify. Shipping video coming soon. How to set up policy and do inventory. As far as the policy on my website, for Shopify, if I'm not mistaken, they have a section that literally just says policy, and I just put my standard of my policies for my business. I just literally typed that up and saved it, and that's how I did that. And like, you can look at other company website policies just to get an idea of like, okay, what exactly is a policy? What should I put in this space type of thing? But yeah, that's pretty much like what I did. Just typed it and then it saved for me. I hope that was answering your question, but I'm not sure. As far as how do I do inventory, I did answer that question up above, and I'm also going to be recording a like purchasing inventory video here soon, so maybe that'll like help people to see how that goes as well. How many products did I sell at first? So like I was kind of explaining in the beginning, my things, I was not selling that quickly. That took a while. Like I probably in the first like 2 weeks had like maybe 3 or 4 sales. So it was a bit discouraging, but it was cool. Like, you know, what am I gonna do? And when I was receiving sales, it wasn't like $5 sales. It would be like $90, $100. So that made me feel good too. So it was lit. But I was a little bit discouraged. But like I said, everybody has their journey. I don't think anybody just starting out with a smaller platform just like jumps right away. So I was grateful for the love that I did receive. The last question that I have on here is, do I know a vendor for joggers, shorts and biker shorts? And I do. Actually, this outfit right here I purchased from a vendor. It's like matching biker shorts and a t-shirt. So yeah, I do. And again, it just takes a little bit of research and stuff like that. But if you're interested and want to know exactly this vendor, just hit me up and we'll try and talk something out. I literally have to leave out for work, but I'm about to make sure that I don't have any questions under the video that I missed. Okay, yeah, I did everything. I answered all the questions. All right, that was everything for Q&A part 2. Thank you so much. If you guys want me to do another video answering questions, let me know. Comment down below any questions, comments, concerns, video suggestions, compliments, and all that good stuff. If you're new, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you made it to this part of the video, go ahead and comment down below a banana. Random, but a banana. See you guys in tomorrow's video.